Good morning students, how are you? Hope you are fine and safe. Today I am going to teach you the very important concept from the first chemistry chapter, matter in our surroundings. Let's begin the class? Yes. All the substances around us have different size, shape and texture. Everything in this universe made up of materials called matter. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the pen with which we write, the food we eat are made up of matter. Rocks, air, water, etc. looks different, but there is a common thing in them. That is, they are made up of tiny particles called matter. Now, we are going to give a definition to matter. Yes, what is matter? Matter is a substance which occupies space and has mass. Example, air, water, earth, fire, etc. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Okay, we can discuss some examples. Desk. Desk is made up of materials called matter. Why? Desk needs some space to occupy and it has a mass. Then another example. You consider me as an example for matter because now I am standing. I need some space to stand and there is a mass in my body. Yes, then what is mass then? Mass is the content present inside the object. Mass is the content inside the object. Suppose if 40 gram is the mass of an object, so that number 40 is the mass. 40 is the content inside the object. So what is matter? What is mass? We will discuss in chapter gravitation in detail. What is the difference between mass and weight? Now you just listen the definition of matter. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Let me repeat the definition. Matter is anything that occupies space and has some mass. Matter can be classified by their physical and chemical properties. Now we can discuss about the physical characteristics of matter. We have three physical characteristics of matter. First one, matter is made up of particles. There is space between the particles. The particles of matter are too small. Once again, matter is made up of particles. There is space between the particles. The particles of matter are too small. Then I will explain this with the help of an activity. Okay. For this activity, we need 1 glass of water and some amount of salt. Now you can see 1 glass of water in my hand. Now I am going to add little amount of salt into it. Let's see what happens while adding salt into the water. And now I am going to stir this thoroughly. Okay, keeps on stirring. Observe carefully. Observe the water inside the glass carefully and identify what are the changes going on inside the glass. What happens to the salt inside the water? Is still it present there or is it disappears? Carefully observe and think, if this disappears, what happens inside the water? And very soon I will give the answer for this. Okay. Okay, now just look inside the water. What happens to the salt we added into this water? Where it disappears? Okay, we can wait for some time. So something happened in this glass of water. I added 1 full spoon of salt into the glass of water. While adding, it disappears. That means what happened to the salt inside the glass of water? Okay, I'll give the explanation for this. Okay, look at here. Okay, here you can see 1 beaker contains some amount of water. So what is this? See, what is the definition of matter? Matter is made up of particles. So water also an example of matter. That means water can be considered as the particles. So these are the water particles. What is these round things? These round things are the water particles. When I added salt into this water, what happens you see? You can see some gaps between that, right? You can see these gaps between the particles. So when we add salt into this water, that salt particles are get into the space between the particles, so that it feels like it disappears. So actually where it disappears, these salt particles disappears between the water particles. So there is a gap between the water particles. So while adding salt into the glass of water, that added salt get into the space between the particles, and this activity suggests that there is space between the particles. Okay, on adding salt into the water, if it disappears means, this is very important point for the 9th standard students. While we are adding salt into the water, it disappears means that salt particles are get into the space between the particles. So this is the proof for these two characteristics of the matter. Our first characteristic is matter is made up of particles. See, these are the water particles. So water is existing. Water is an example of matter, so we can consider water as the particles. So this is the proof for first characteristics. And second one, you see there is space between the particles. When we add salt into the solution, if it disappears means what? Actually where it gone? These particles, salt particles are get into the space between the particles. So we can conclude that matter is made up of particles and there is space between the particles. Okay. This activity gives you the explanation for the third physical characteristics, matter is too small. For that we need some colored water. Now you can see there is colored water in my hand. Now I am going to dilute this. First I have to pour some amount of colored water to the second glass, and I am going to dilute by adding little bit amount of water. Then we can compare these two. On comparison, you will feel this color difference. The first glass of water is highly colored than the second one. That means color content is more in the first glass and color content is less in the second glass. Why? Because here water content is more than that of the colored content. That means here the size of the colored particle is more than that of second glass. So in the second glass, the size of the color particle is small than the first glass of water. Then now I am going to dilute the second glass of water again, and again I am going to pour this into the third glass. Then I am going to add little bit amount of water to dilute this. Okay, then we can compare. So now I am comparing the third glass with the first. Just observe the color difference, and second and third. Okay, so from this it is clear that when we are comparing these two, the size of the color component is more in the second glass than the third one. So if I am adding more water to the fourth glass, you can see the color difference there also. That means colored particles are too small. So while adding more and more amount of water into this colored solution, you will get the very faint color at last. So that very faint color is the presence of very minute particles. So this activity clearly suggests that the particles are too small. The particles are too small, that's why there is small color. If the color intensity is high means what? Size of the particle is high. If the intensity of the color is less means the particle size is less. So this is the confirmation for the last physical characteristics. The particles are too small. And let me conclude the physical characteristics of matter. First one, matter is made up of particles. There is space between the particles, and matter particles are too chemical characteristics of matter. They are particles of matter have space between them. Particles of matter are continuously moving. Particles of matter attract each other. Particles of matter have space between them. Particles of matter are continuously moving. Particles of matter attract. Now we are going to discuss about the chemical characteristic in detail. First chemical characteristics of matter is there is space between the particles. There is space between the particles. or particles of matter have space between them. That we discussed in the physical characteristics of matter. There is space between the particles, or particles of matter have space between them. Okay, that we discussed in our first section. While we are adding salt into the water, it disappears, means these salt particles are get into the space between the water particles. So that suggests that there is space between the particles. So now we are going to discuss about particles of matter are continuously moving. Okay, suppose the smell of body sprays, the smell of delicious hot foods, okay, and the smell of flowers can be identified very far, right? You can be identified very far from you, right? So how it reaches in your nose? See, as per the definition of matter, these particles can be considered as the matter particles, right? So matter is made up of particles. So the smell also an example of particles. And how that particles are reaching near your nose? Is it comes with their legs? Not, no. So something is there, that something takes the smell or fragrant particles to your nose. So that something is air, right? So that smell particles mixes with the air, and with the air it come near your nose. So indirectly what you can prove, the smell particles or the matter particles are moving. They are continuously moving. And another example, instant sticks. A lot of sticks are there, smelling sticks. So how can we feel their smells? On lighting only we can feel their, by giving the flame only you can feel their smell. And here also you can compare one more thing. Hot foods and cold foods. If you want to get the smell of cold food, you have to go near to the food. If you want to get the smell of hot foods, you don't want to go anywhere, automatically it come near your nose. So what is the difference between the hot food and cold food? See, hot means temperature or heat. So heat is a form of energy. So that heat gives energy to the matter particles, right? So when that matter particles gets energy, they started to move fastly. That is, matter particles are continuously moving. Just like if you eat food, you will be energized, then you have very interest to do the works. So that food gives you energy. Just like this heat gives you energy. While getting the energy, okay, they will be very active and then started to move, right? That means hot foods and body sprays. How it works in case of body sprays? Our body has some temperature, 37 degrees Celsius. When we apply body sprays to our body, that body spray takes the temperature from our body and it gets energized and it starts to move continuously. That is, particles of matter are continuously moving. Okay, then here I am going to teach you very important point, means kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is the energy of a moving object. For example, now I am moving front and back. So which energy my body possesses? My body possesses kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is the energy possessed by the moving object, right? So okay, now you can compare one situation. Cold food and hot food. Okay, cold food does not have heat in it, but hot food have heat. So these food particles now in the energized mode, right? Why? They have heat in it. So when they get energy, they started to move fast. When they started to move fast, they have which energy in them? Kinetic energy. With this kinetic energy, they mixes with the air and it reaches to the several meters away from that particular situation. So particles of matter are continuously moving. Now we can discuss about diffusion. Okay, I told you the smell of hot sizzling foods, the smell of body sprays reaches in your nose with air. How these smells mixes with the air? See, when we discussed about the physical characteristics of matter, okay, in order to mix the salt or sugar into the water, I need to stir, right? But when we talk about the case of hot sizzling food or body sprays, that matter particles. The smell is a matter, so that matter particles mixes with the air alone. So that mixing of matter and air is known as diffusion. So how to define the diffusion then? Diffusion is the intermixing of particles of two different types of matter on their own. So diffusion is the intermixing of matter particles and air their own. Okay, there we don't want to mix them, automatically they mixes. That process of mixing is known as diffusion. So what is diffusion? Diffusion is the intermixing of particles of two different types of matter on their own is called diffusion. Okay. The last chemical characteristics of matter, particles of matter attract each other. Particles of matter attract each other. Okay, about the attraction in detail we will discuss in the next section, but for now just think it's a connection. So particles of matter always connected. So these matter particles are always connected. Okay, if the connection strong, you can say attraction strong. If the connection less, you can say attraction weak. Okay, so anyway, particles of matter attract each other. Okay, because of that attraction, the different objects have different shapes. Okay, so each objects have their own shapes. Why these each objects have their own shape? So these shapes due to the attraction between the particles. So particles of matter attract each other. Okay, so let's summarize today's class. What are the points we discussed in today's class? First we begin with the definition of matter. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Then we discussed about the physical characteristics of matter, and physical characteristics of matter are particles of matter are too small, then there is space between the particles and matter exists in the form of particles. And we discussed about the chemical characteristics of matter, and there is space between the particles and particles of matter are continuously moving. Particles of matter attract each other, and also we discussed about the diffusion. Diffusion is the process of intermixing of particles of matter thereon. Okay, so these are the points for today's class. Watch the video carefully and make use of this video.